darlings, grab a drink and let me tell you why I knew the Moana movie was gonna tank like it's doing right now. If you're new here, my name is Bria, aka your fairy smart mother. I am an avid Disney fan. I have been since I was a child. My grandmother would buy original Disney posters as a baby. When I say Disney is in my blood, basically in my blood. I have enjoyed some of the Disney live actions. I haven't enjoyed all of them. Do I think doing them is a horrible idea? No. I think wanting to bring them back, not only for the adults who enjoyed them as cartoons, do them as live action, also for a newer generation that can actually enjoy them and keep the Disney hope alive, is a wonderful, fantastic thing. Do I think they should have done Moana next? No. And here's why. The first Moana movie came out in 2016. I was dating my then husband for almost 2 years? A year, because we literally started dating in 2015. So literally a year into our relationship, we saw this movie in movie theaters. I thought it was the cutest darn movie ever. I literally cried because it made me realize how close I was to my grandmother, and I loved how beautiful that story was. It was original, it was different, it was fantastic. I applauded Disney for creating that movie. In 2024, they decided to create a Moana 2. Never watched it because, in my personal opinion, didn't make any sense why we were making a Moana 2. If I'm so honest with you. Like, to me, it made no sense to me. Was it really necessary? No. I didn't feel like Moana 1 had a cliffhanger. I didn't feel like it needed a second one. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people could say that for Return of Jafar or Pocahontas 2. No one can say Lion King 2 though, because that one was absolutely necessary. The rent was due. Those people showed up for that movie. I will always say that movie is necessary. There are some that will say that there's a lot of Disney sequels that just didn't need to be made. This live action is going to be a part of that list, because what do you mean that 2 years after Moana 2 came out that wasn't as successful as the first one, you decided to do a live action? I'm going to say this again for I think the third or fourth time on this channel. There are so many other, you guys have been going down the list from oldest to almost newish of live actions, and it's been going semi-successfully. Okay? Because there's 2 of them now 3 that should have just never been done. If you want to redo them, you still have a chance, in my opinion. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I know exactly why it was done 2 years later. It's probably because Dwayne Johnson, aka Maui, was probably the one forking over a lot of money for it. Or the other side of it is they thought they could probably recoup the money from what Moana 2 didn't really do, because live actions have been kind of wishy-washy. They thought, well, because this franchise is still doing really, really good since it came out in 2016, what could possibly go wrong? First of all, the fact that you guys released it during the summer in between your own other releases is kind of wild to me, because Toy Story 5 just came out. We have the next Minion movie, which, again, do we need a million Minion movies? No, in my opinion, you really don't, but that's beside the point. There's another one coming out in the next couple weeks. If you truly wanted your movie to be successful, you would not put it against your other freaking movies. As each of these movies start to come out, my husband is in this mindset, which I'm starting to agree with him, that not every Disney movie needs to be a live action movie. It really doesn't at this point. Unless you're going to do it justice like you've done with several of the other ones, don't fucking do them. Don't do them. And that's all I'm really gonna say. As soon as this movie was released and the trailer had been announced, seeing the backlash it was already getting strictly from the trailer, I knew that they didn't really care, because here's the thing though. We bullied a bunch of adults to change Sonic. Completely bullied. The fact that most of that movie, Moana, not Sonic, Moana now, looks so much CGI and the wigs look so bad, it doesn't make any sense to me how we're at this point with that live action. I'm gonna say it again. If Disney is looking for a live action movie to do that they should do that would bring in a lot of freaking money, Atlantis or Tressure Planet, I promise you, even Hercules, which I think you guys announced Hercules. I'm glad that that's finally happening. I can't wait to see whom you cast for that, because there's a strict casting list for that one, I know for sure. For sure. But all I really want to say is that I knew this movie was going to flop. I really did. As soon as I saw it and I started seeing more bits and pieces of it and doing the math of like, okay, well, they did the original Cinderella, they did Snow White, they did The Little Mermaid, they're never going to do Tiana. I don't freaking know why. That doesn't make any sense to me. Probably not going to touch Pocahontas. That's just never going to happen. You kind of sort of did Sleeping Beauty with Maleficent, so I totally get that. Brave, probably never going to happen. So I don't know why you skipped over any of your other animated movies. I'm sorry, the fact that I did research to see that Atlantis actually did really good in the box office, but Disney still didn't do anything with them after the fact, still blows my mind to this day. It also has a sequel that I'm not going to say is my favorite. I barely remember the second one. That first one lives with me rent-free in my brain. I might actually go put it on after this. Let me know what you guys think. I knew it was going to flop the minute they posted about it. As soon as we could start seeing who was going to be in it, how are they going to look, I knew it looked like trash. So I knew it was going to be trash. Yeah, that's it for now. Bye-bye.